This video will recap the first on your own lesson about learning more about culture. The first lesson taught in this unit is the difference between low context and high context communicating cultures. Low context assumes that there are not a lot of points of shared reference, so you say what you mean directly, like we do in the United States. High context communication means that there are many points of shared reference, where people understand the meaning behind the words, like they do in Japan. There are several different factors that play into a culture being either high context or low context when it comes to communication. For example, Japan is a culture that is very homogeneous, and many things that come from that culture are just understood. The United States, on the other hand, is very diverse, and communication has to be in the lowest common denominator to be able to include all that are participating. The next lesson taught in this unit has to do with evaluating work in the workplace. This can be done through direct negative feedback or indirect negative feedback. Direct feedback refers to when negative feedback is provided frankly, bluntly, and honestly. It tends to use upgrader words to make it feel stronger. Criticism may be given to a person alone or in a group. Indirect feedback refers to when negative feedback is provided softly, subtly, and diplomatically. Positive messages are often used to wrap up negative ones. The use of downgrader words is used to soften the criticism, and criticism is usually given in private. Countries such as France, Italy, Germany, and Norway tend to use direct negative feedback, while countries such as Brazil, Mexico, India, and Canada use indirect negative feedback. The United States falls in the middle of this scale. Upgrader words used in direct negative feedback make the message more intense, like saying, "You absolutely need to change," versus downgrader words used in indirect feedback, which lessen the intensity of the messaging, like, "Maybe you need to change." Both messages are delivered with the intent to have the person change, but the way that they are delivered can lead to different interpretations that may result in different outcomes. In review, in a high context culture, yes may mean yes, no, or maybe, depending on how the yes is messaged. In a low context culture, yes means yes, and no means no. In the field of public health, it is important to be aware of the way that different cultures communicate and understand messages. Greater understanding of this leads to enhanced communication and better cohesion in the workforce.